to keep digging on that one.
All right. Well, from Fenway, we're pleased to be joined on the 20th WEEI Jimmy Fund Radiotelethon by a guy who is a Boston guy who has certainly knows what the amazing team at Dana-Farber does and what the Jimmy Fund has been able to do in its long history. I think he joined us a while ago for 5 questions. Wiggy's get Micheal Bivins, founding member of New Edition, Belle Biv DeVoe. Michael, good morning, and thanks for joining us on the Harbor One Hotline.
Hey, good morning, man. I'm here in the Dominican Republic, so we're spreading love all the way back home.
Well, that's amazing. I know growing up here and being a part of this city, you know how important the work that the Jimmy Fund does and Dana-Farber and Jimmy Fund Clinic.
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys know, but, good morning to everybody. Last year, I was on live on TV on NESN for about an hour, and 2 o'clock hour last year. So this year they invited me back, and tomorrow, after talking to you guys today, I'll be there tomorrow at 11 o'clock helping them raise money on TV while you guys are doing it on radio.
So you wanted to do the Wiggy show first. I mean, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I'm teeing up with Wiggs because Wiggs always stays in touch, and he just has a way of keeping an olive branch, and we need that. We need Wiggies in the neighborhood and to get us on radio to talk about such a good cause. So, and kudos to you guys for 20 years. I heard last year you did like $3.8 million in support of the cancer research that you was able to raise it over the course of 2 years. That's to be commended. And me personally, I was on there with a young girl, man, a baby, and just watching her turn around with it, it was pretty amazing. And she got to sing and dance and kind of show her other side of her talent, man. It was one of the bright moments of the whole time I was on the air. So this is what it's all about to me.
Let me ask you on another note, where are you at with the Celtics? Wiggy wants Kevin Durant here, and he's willing to give up everybody other than Jason Tatum, basically. How do you feel about that?
Well, I was there. I went to all of the games. I wanted to sit courtside at the final game, but they wouldn't give me the courtside ticket, so I watched it from home. As a ball player, what I think of the Celtics is this. To me, every locker room needs a veteran. I say it all the time. There's no way you can win a championship without a veteran, because even though you have these lottery picks, they're young. They make a massive amount of money, but they have to learn how to win when the other team has been there before. In order to beat Golden State, you need someone that's been in the trenches. That's what I think. I get the Marcus Smart thing with the point guard. He's great at what he does, and when he has the turnovers and doesn't make the right decision, it looks like we need a point guard. Williams is superb in the middle, and I still thought Brown and Tatum is maturing. But you can never be the Celtics without a Bird, or someone with the outside shot. If you notice our three-point, we don't have a killer three-pointer. People just shoot the three-pointer. But you have to have a killer three-point shooter. It's almost like a wide receiver, a lineman, or a running back, or a quarterback, or a safety. There's certain positions that the Celtics has tradition on, and I'm feeling like we're missing a shooter, someone that makes the defense nervous. To me, as a ball player.
Marcus Smart is happy to throw up the three.
Yeah, but we need more. I think he's talking more like a Ray Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody who makes them.
There you go, Wiz. And I couldn't think at the time, but I wanted to say a Ray or a Larry. You got to think, right? If when you come into the Garden, the building and the banners already makes you feel like you arrived. But what you were nervous about was whoever we had as a shooter. Your
Michael,
defense started with them.
When you hear Jason Tatum now say that last season he played a little bit with a fractured wrist, how much different does the outlook of that season look? And how much more confidence do you have maybe in the same core going forward?
Man, I seen Mike play with the flu. It's kind of hard for an athlete. I seen Allen Iverson get knocked on his butt thousands of times. it's a statement you hold on to because that's not going to change the outcome. The outcome is they just was a little bit more in the dog fight than we were. That's it. You can't injuries when you lose is a great conversation, but injuries are never a conversation when you win. And Mike proved that. You can play through injuries. That's why you have a trainer. Or if that was the case, then somebody else should have been shooting the ball. Was it your left wrist or your right wrist? Pass the rock. You got to pass it. Let somebody else take it on their back. Jaylen Brown is capable of taking the team on his shoulders. Period. If need be.
So, Mike, and this is the one thing that, that I love about Mike and I love about a lot of people that come from Boston is we are like diehard sports fans here. And, when you look at your career, Mike, and what you've been able to do and what the places that you've been, the different cities, how important, how proud are you to know that, when you started, these 5 kids from the OP area, making it to where you are now, and it's like everywhere you go across the world, it's like you guys represent Boston to the fullest. I mean, what does that mean for a guy like yourself being from Boston and now being able to kind of almost spread your wings and let people know what it's like to be from this city?
It's prideful. It's more than just wearing the memorabilia. It's prideful. You have to talk about the city when you're in other cities. When I'm on other radio stations, I find a way to make my way to sports or make my way to something that we accomplish or how great our city is and how people need to travel. And even when we lose in sports, because there's been times we got close and we lost rather than football, baseball, basketball, hockey. And you feel that people really celebrate beating Boston. It's like they went to the mountaintop. This was the all-in of all victories, right? And for me, I get on Twitter, I get on Instagram, and I talk my stuff because I say to them, now you know what it feels like. We've been tasting this for years. It's a great feeling. And I just think that because we're used to winning, and the questions that was asked about the Celtics, is because we were all watching the same thing. And I still say this as I get back to it and being prideful. We have a president that we have to stick to, and that is what were the things that always makes us successful. And when we lock in those pieces on any of our sports teams, we just get the younger version or the vet, then we're going to be always at the final game because we have the wisdom and we have that pride that allows us to get there. And the networks love us. That's why we're always on television.
Micheal Bivins, thanks for taking the time this morning, and we will be watching for you tomorrow afternoon on NESN.
Yes, please, man. And remember, today is about donating. Today is about the cancer research. Today is about the great job you guys been doing for 20 years and the money that you raised. Like, the whole point of all of this is to have a show like you guys have. I saw your studios when I got the walkthrough through the MGM Music Hall last week, and I just smiled because now I can see where you guys are sitting this morning. I want to tell you I have a hell of a location over there.